All right, let's talk baseball clash. This is Matthew from Padres, and here are last week's top 100 Club League rankings. Snowcats and Poetry in first by 1 point over Masaba Full Swing, who has been the best club in the world over the last, 5, 6 weeks. They have been crushing it. They have the most trophies, and they are scoring the most points in Club League. And as we'll see, they're going to be the new number ones. And in third place there is Padres, us, and we are back by about 40. Uh, Last week we scored 172. It was not really challenging in our group. We had little dumpers who are Gold 5 team. That Taiwanese team is not really a top team. There's Japanese team and Red Sox who were the low scorers that week. I don't know. We lost a chance to make up a little ground on the top two teams, but ultimately we were not going to make up 40 points. But you'll see the new top 100. There's Masaba Full Swing in first place by a hefty 22. They put up like 198, I believe, which is a crazy total in the new matchmaking. Snowcats and Poetry added a couple points against us, and so they probably put up like 175-ish, and then our 172 left us in third place. We did gain a little ground on that fourth team, the Taiwanese team, and the lefties in 5. But this week's matchups, we got little dumpers again. These guys chasing us around. They put up a great total for their first week in the big leagues here in Platinum and Gold 5 League. They do have a challenge because it looks like they're going to be at least third this week. We should outscore them, and that team on the far left, the Japanese team, they are like 30 in the world. They are pretty good. Raise Up has constantly been in the top 100, I believe. Clowns, I don't think they're very good. So might be little dumpers in third, possibly fourth. I don't know, after their performance last week. I got to imagine they're going to end up in third. Now to get to something that's probably one of the most important things when you're playing this game and you really want to add trophies and do well in Club League, and that is telling whether you're playing a bot or not. I have a couple clips here, and we can talk about what I try to notice when I'm playing someone to determine whether I'm playing a bot or a human opponent. So first off, we have the clock here while you're waiting for your matchup to queue. The program is going to give you a bot when this times out, and it times out when that hour hand moves around at least 10 times. Here it's got to 11, and then our matchup is populated. That's telling me right off the bat, I'm like 80, maybe 90% sure this is going to be a bot. Occasionally, you'll get a human opponent in that last 2 seconds, but it's pretty rare. Second thing I notice, it's harder when you're pitching to tell whether you're playing a bot. It's a lot easier when you're hitting. But right off the bat, I saw that Gibson do a practice swing. The bots are going to do a lot of these 1 or 2 practice swings every at bat. I think this Fox here does not do the practice swings on the one that I pause here next. So it throws a little wrench in some of that, trying to determine whether you're playing a bot. See, I waited here, 2, 1, no practice swing. That's a little odd, but 80-90% of the time your bots are going to do a practice swing like that. Then I'll just throw the pitch here. Besides that, the only other way to tell is some base running things that you'll see typical among bots. When they're base running, they're not aggressive. You're not going to usually be able to throw them out like stretching a single into a double. Like the bots are coded to be pretty safe. So they sent Ruth there, but they knew my outfielder wasn't going to get it in. A big one coming up here is with Murray batting. We'll see that the bot is not going to send Ruth when a human opponent would send Ruth. And that's something that you'll notice every time with bots, is that they'll only send Ruth if he was going to score without his ability. The bot won't use his ability in the cheap manner that like most of us would. So I'll throw it into second here, and he's just going to hold that Ruth at third. most people would send Ruth, try to get you to make that throw out at home, but didn't happen there. And now we'll fast forward a little bit until I am batting, and we'll see a few more of the bot things that tell me right away I'm playing a bot. All right. Now, when you're hitting, big one here, see that Muller? Level 12. It's very, very rare to find a Muller at level 12 in Challenger League. He's one of the oldest pitchers in the game. Like, everyone in Challenger has him maxed out. The other thing we're going to look for is how this bot pitches to me. We're going to see a lot of fastballs in the zone. Like, that's middle in. Like, humans aren't going to throw the two-seamer middle in. They're going to try to nibble a corner, get you low or high. Like, humans throw a lot more balls than bots do. To King here, it's a little more human-like, but it's still, like, that catches a lot of plate. It's a fireball. I'm not going to swing. The next one is a good pitch, which for a bot, and it is a ball, and I swing at it. I think I was just amped up and ready to go, expecting more strikes. Got to be careful with that. Against Hammer here, we're going to see another two-seamer. Middle, low, I think. Just too much plate for a human opponent. Even up by one, like, you're not going to give power hitters a chance on a way in the zone two-seamer. And then, against Wilson, it should be throwing change-ups in the zone, not fastballs that Wilson has his ability to activate on. First one's high, but the second one here is going to be right in the zone. Like, that, can't do that. Humans aren't going to do that. And then the last thing we'll notice here is the number of trophies you get for winning. In Challenger League, at least, maybe a little different lower, but in Challenger, if you get 29 or 30, that means you're usually playing a bot. The only other time you get 29 or 30 is if somebody has like nearly the exact same number of trophies as you. And then this last example is going to be testing the reaction time of a bot. You can do this with a runner at first and the ball in the outfield. You can do it here with the infielders. You can see as soon as I send a runner, the bot immediately throws ahead of them. If it was a human, there might be a little half-second delay, but the bots are coded to react instantaneously to my sending the runner. So just one last thing to look at. Hope this helps you out, and have a great week in Club League. Later, guys.